All right, Coach, from the home of the Bills since 1973, there's a look at New Era Field just outside of Buffalo, New York. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Buffalo Bills. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you put everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
A big play here for Buffalo, 42 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
56 is the mic. Watch the flag.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. 3rd and 15 here after the first and second down plays went in the wrong direction. Allen going to throw. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 24-yard line.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people just like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Allen. Eluding the pressure right. Dumps it off to Mixon. Mixon hit, and the ball is out. And it's picked up by the Panthers. He's got daylight.
Yeah,
and he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Backbreaker, that'll drive the coach. The offensive coordinator just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. On 2nd and 7, Allen dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. That one was intended for John Brown, and it's 3rd down. On play action, Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hodges. And he'll be taken down shy of the 25 that he needed. He'll be a yard or two short. So off goes Allen, and on comes Stephen Hauschka for the Buffalo field goal. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And the 13-year man puts it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Greer and the Panthers set to go 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Greer now on 2nd down. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down
let me fucking switch to my linebacker,
man. You don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now this throw caught left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a 1st down throw. Greer. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. To try again after the sack. Greer. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Ed Oliver able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 31's the mic. He can't hang. Alert, alert, alert. Check 3, check 3. I got it.
To keep it. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a 1st down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Hey, Charlie. 31's the mic. Guys, it's game situation.
Allen.
Come on, bro.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Throwing now is Allen.
Come on,
pressure gets to him again. K1 short. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left, we're only in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Greer sets to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a...
Allen hit. He lost the football.
Me, bro.
And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
You can't block me. You can't block.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Throwing on second down. Greer. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And Oliver in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Alert 3, alert 3. Go.
They begin with a run by Mixon, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 11-yard line.
Mike. Mike 5-4. Alert. 54 is Mike. 52. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Check 9. Check 9.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
30.
Allen now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. From the gun to give to Mixon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Allen's throw is complete. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, Echo. We got to step it up.
From midfield, here's Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 40.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Got an open man. It's Foster. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They'll get 34 yards there. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Isaiah McKenzie, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead. Hauschka with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing again on second down. Greer. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he fields it cleanly. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here's Allen. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
Ready. 10 logo. Stay with your man. Hey, Mike's 50.
After the turnover, here's Greer. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tre'Davious White with a pick. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 39, Allen. And his throw here's incomplete. James Bradbury, he was right there to break it up. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Slam. Monday. Out. 31's the mic. Come on.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Throw left side complete. It's Hodges. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. 2nd and 10. Here's Greer again. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20. First down,
On 1st and 10, Greer. This one into the hands of Burton. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Greer now, 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here, he gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on this.
He's got it for a Panther
Fuck
touchdown.
out of here, bro.
Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 8 on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Extra point try good by Gano. And that will put them on top here in the third. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kick.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Brian Burns able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Allen throwing complete to Foster. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On play action, Allen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
56.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Forced out to his left. Completes it to Dixon. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the pickup. First down.
56, right there. 56. Pick it up.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bills have retaken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know that makes some adjustments. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Greer got a man. It's Brown. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
12 mile.
Greer on first down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Greer. This one caught by Ridley.
It's fucking ridiculous, man. It won't let me change my player.
Way to the 30. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Greer. Got an open man. It's McLeod.
McLeod.
And he gets this one
He's out
inside
running
the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the fourth and final quarter of play. First down, Greer. Now he'll escape to his left. This will be caught by Brown.
Of course.
And he's able to get it down to the first down completion.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
Ready? 30 base. 950, 950. Now watch one. 22 jump bomb. Shoot.
They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley.
It's not like I knew what he was doing. That's why I switched it.
Touchdown, Carolina. Calvin Ridley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers are once again going to retake the lead. Here's Greer, and that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
I think we can figure out why they went for two there, right? Up one, you want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Throwing on first down is Allen. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. That was Dante Jackson, the one who got a hand in to knock it away. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first three quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Here's Allen to throw it. And he completes it to Westbrook. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Allen off the play fake. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete.
There's still been a linebacker.
Now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback.
You have to be good to do shit like that.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
The tackle by Quincy Williams. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. The Panthers on third down. Not good, 0 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now it's Greer. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon.
Go upfield, bro.
Tackle made by K1 Short. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Bravo!
From the gun, it's Allen. Over the middle, complete. That's Hodges. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That's a 1st down and then some, a 32-yard pickup.
He's crashing. Hey, orbit. 31's the mic. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey. Alert, alert, alert.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. D.D. Westbrook, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back. Check, 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 check.
They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. They go with the option on the 2-point try, and the decision to pitch it worked out.
Almost felt like basketball, didn't it? Remember the dribbler, draw, drive, and dish? How about that one? Drew everyone to him, dished it to the running back. He takes it in.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's
It's caught inside the 25.
Appreciate you, Ronald Darby.
Carolina.
And how come I can't get no pressure on these dudes?
His
at
3rd
all?
touchdown now on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point.
Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Back to Mixon on first down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Allen. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
Wow, bro.
Knocked
Look at
away
this
and
animation.
incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. Allen going to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4th down now defensively. Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
6 guys. Check 6. 1. 56, Mike, 56. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
High 7. 54.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hodges. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Allen's throw is complete, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Well, good start for him under center here in overtime. Now 3 of 3.
And this is where you have to know who you have playing quarterback. You've got a confident thrower right now, someone who's taking care of the ball, but not being timid as well, and is moving the team downfield. That opens up your playbook and allows you to dial up some big shots if you want them.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's got this down to the 35. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Hey, seam 6.
On first down, Allen. He finds his target, John Brown. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Big stop, P. Big.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. This is caught. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's a corner that got in there for the sack. Dante Jackson.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Flush to his right. And he's going to go down again. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football.
It so well, and then all of a sudden, nope, can't do it no more.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. They'll throw again from their own end zone. Quick slant, caught by Moore.
About to be a tie.
And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know why he's not using his timeout.
Greer on 3rd down. He gets it to Brown, complete.
He's got to score here to win,
though.
though.
Have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
Let's go. 50, plant.
On first down, it's Greer. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Micah Hyde. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. That'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Open man here is Foster. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Nixon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And a timeout now here in overtime with 4 seconds remaining.
37, 54 yards? What?
So it's all going to come down to Stephen Hauschka. And a timeout now here in overtime with 4 seconds remaining. Again, it's Mixon. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. And now the timeout comes in with just 1 second left in overtime. So it's all going to come down to Stephen Hauschka. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Bills are going to get out of here winners. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about. A long field goal to win it, so definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Bills, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.
generation, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bump it. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want.
Every day I work my thumb, I don't get to take off. A hater gets I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. Feel like Ginger from Casino. Aces up my sleeve though. Right before I leave, I said like I'm Dino. Think I'm part Italian. Blame it on Gino. Smells like the medallion. The skin on cappuccino. I don't kiss and tell. Keep your distance from myself. At a genie with the snails in a 5-star hotel. And I wish he's well when they wish for me to fail. I might donate petty bills. They can't get it by themselves.
That's why you treat my friend good, but not too good. I give them too much, then they don't need me. I give them just
I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. I'ma get it either way. I don't even gotta say what I want when I want. They just put it on my plate. I could get it right away. Take you through my day to day. Wake and pray, make that play. Get some good at my place. There's some on the way. Cause my bro's on the way. I got stones on my gold. I got loads in my safe. Had a 7-figure summer, so I'm putting on some weight. Set up getting thick, so I put it on display.
With this round here, I make a joke. Everybody laughs. I know I'm funny, but I'm not that funny.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself, yeah.
Big numbers, 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, I make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
Big numbers, 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the big skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Ay, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no prize, no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she want it like me, cause her blame, she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Put numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars.
number. Big numbers. Big numbers.